Hello and welcome to another Manga Spotlight. This is Earthchild from Weekly Shonen Jump. This is a somewhat new series. At the time of this recording, the first issue came out about 16 days ago, and since this is weekly, there's about 3 issues right now. By the time this video gets out, it'll probably be 4. But this is a superhero romance series in a sense. Let's go through the summary real quick. A regular person falls in love with a superhero who protects Earth. In terms of circumstances, ability, experience, they are from 2 different worlds, but they get to know each other, support each other, and then a unique love story on a planetary scale now begins. So yeah, we have our main character. His name is Sawada. He's an ordinary dude. He doesn't really have any special unique abilities or powers or anything like that. He's just a regular civilian who one day finds himself about to get run over by a truck. And that's when our secondary character shows up. Her name is Hoshi Furi. I'm just going to call her Hoshi because it's easier for me. So Hoshi shows up, stops the truck from hitting Sawada, and basically, makes sure that he's okay. And then she holds up her phone in front of his face and she presses this app and tells him, you're going to forget all this happened. This is going to be like almost like when you get blackout drunk and you don't remember the night's events. So pretty much think the neutralizer, I believe that's what it was called, from Men in Black, where you basically get flashed in the eyes and then you forget what you just saw. So he wakes up in his room and he's still getting brief glimpses of what happened. Like, despite the fact that his memory is wiped, he still can somewhat remember her face. Like, this strange woman keeps appearing in his dreams. And then one day while he's walking through the city, he sees another civilian woman, and when he looks at her, all of a sudden all of his memories just come flooding back. And he realizes that the civilian is Hoshi. So he stops her, and she's like really freaked out. Well, not freaked out, but she's like kind of confused. And he's like, it was you, right? The one who saved me from the truck? Let me thank you. Let me, buy you a tea or something. And of course, she's confused as hell because this app has always worked. There's never been anyone that she's memory wiped that has remembered her. So she decides, all right, fine, I'll see like what the hell's going on. Why can he still remember me? So they kind of talk about each other, and through this conversation, we get to hear a little bit more about who Hoshi is. So Hoshi is what they call an Earthchild. She has like psychic powers, and she works for the government, and they basically send her on all these crazy missions where she goes to, save lives and things like that. And she goes into more detail on an Earthchild. And an Earthchild is basically during pregnancy, there's a moment where certain babies, if they take in a bunch of earth elements, there's a small chance they become an Earthchild. An Earthchild is pretty much the protection of Earth. Think of it kind of like your white blood cells. That's basically what their job is. Their job is they fight off the viruses, quote unquote, on Earth. And the viruses are basically just anything that's going to harm Earth. They come and they take care of it. And they're very, very rare. They almost seem to hint that Hoshi is the only one right now at the moment that's still around. But yeah, she explains this to him, and he's like fascinated. Like she believes that by telling him this, he's gonna freak out and run away or whatever. But he's like, "Wow, like you're a hero. Like I can't believe it. Like here I am, just an average nobody, and you're someone special. You're going out, you're saving the world. Like you're doing something." And she seems to be a little like taken back from this because no one has ever thanked her. No one has ever called her a hero. No one has ever like showered her with praise or anything like that before. And so reluctantly, she flashes him again and memory wipes him. And she goes out and she's taking care of a crime. I believe she's stopping like a hostage situation. And for some reason, she decides, you know what? I'm going to write a message on this terrorist's back. So she writes a message to Sawada, and it basically just says, if you remember me, meet me at the same place we met up last time at 5 o'clock. But she doesn't write his name or anything like that. It's just a very vague message. And of course, the news, captures the message. And Sawada happens to see it. And that's when all the memories come back again. So Hoshi is at the restaurant where they met up last time. She doesn't believe that he's going to show up again, but he surprises her by showing up and basically says, you memory wiped me again, didn't you? And from there, a relationship starts to develop. And I thought this was going to be like a slow burn, but no, this goes by really, really fast. So we basically jump straight into them already in a relationship. We see like just little brief moments like Sawada showing up when Hoshi is in the hospital after, hoping to save the planet. She's all injured and he's there for her. And then that's when he proposes to her. They get married. They have a kid. So all this stuff starts happening in the first chapter. And it was kind of like, okay. Like I thought this was going to be something completely different. I thought it was going to be basically the story of an ordinary citizen in love with a superhero who loves him back. And then basically the relationship between the two of them. Like how is that going to work out? How is it going to work out when this guy is just a regular civilian, an average Joe, working a 9-to-5 job, doesn't really have anything going for him. And yet this woman that he's in love with and dating is constantly putting her life in danger, protecting the world. And nobody knows about their relationship. Nobody knows that she's a superhero because no one can know her identity except for him. And of course, the government that she works for. Like I thought that would have been like a really cool story to tell. I don't know if it's ever been done in comics. I would assume so. I mean, of all the comic books out there, I would assume that there would be one based off of a relationship between a regular civilian and a superhero. I know there's like, Superman and Lois and stuff like that. There's stories about a superhero dating a regular civilian. But has there ever been a series where that's the main focus? It's not the superhero going out and fighting, and the relationship is like a subplot. But has there ever been? I'm sure there has. I just, for the life of me, I can't think of one off the top of my head. But I'm sure that there's one out there. I mean, all I can think of is the Superman and Lois TV series. But I can't think of a comic book. Maybe someone can tell me, anyone who's reading comics and stuff, or if there's a manga like that. That's something I would really like, and that's what I was expecting this to be. But nope. Instead, what it is he falls in love with this woman. He asks her to marry her. They have a kid, and then after the kid is born, she's basically called in to save the world again. An asteroid is about to come and hit the planet and basically just wipe out everyone on Earth. They don't have any technology that can stop it, and this is basically a suicide mission. And of course, Sawada's like, don't do it. Like I don't want you to die. And she basically says like, I have to do this to protect you guys. Like I don't care about anyone else but you and our child. So I have to do this. So then she goes and she sacrifices herself. And then the story basically becomes about Sawada raising a child on his own. And then it turns out that the child is actually an Earthchild and the only one on this planet now. Now that his mom is gone, this child is the only one that can protect Earth. And so there's more. I don't want to spoil anything. I mean, it's 4 issues pretty much, like I said, by the time this recording comes out, so you can catch up on it. But I will say it's very interesting. I didn't really care for the turn it took. Like I said, I thought this was going to be about a love story between a regular civilian and a superhero. And I thought that's what the main plot was going to be. And it was going to be like almost like a slice of life superhero romance series. But instead, it completely changes into something different. Instead, she sacrifices herself, and then it becomes this guy raising his child on his own. I will say, if you're a fan of Hoshi, don't feel sad because there are, it's hinted that she might not actually be dead. That's all I'll say on that matter. But yeah, of course, once it turns out that the child is the only Earthchild left, then there's the story changes again. And I'm not gonna spoil anything more. But I will say, yeah, it's an interesting series so far. I'm interested to see where they go with it. I would have preferred if it was just like a slice of life superhero romance, but they got through that real quick in the first issue. So we'll see where it goes from there. But it's interesting at the moment, and yeah, I'm looking forward to see where this goes. So this is Earthchild. For anyone who's like wondering why aren't you showing any interiors and stuff, it's because Japan goes really, really crazy with their copyright strikes. So I'm not showing any interiors. The only image that I'm showing is the cover of the Weekly Shonen Jump that the series debuted on. But you can read this on Manga Plus. You can, it's just an official Weekly Shonen Jump. So there's an official English license for it. I highly recommend checking it out. Like I said, it's good so far. It didn't go in a direction that I wanted, but it's not terrible. Like, it's still really, really interesting. I'm still looking forward to see where it's going. But there you go, Earthchild. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys got any recommendations for any manga stuff out there, it can be an ongoing stuff. It can be something that just came out. It can be something that's already finished and, you know, came out years ago. Just anything that you want to see a video on, you know, let me know, and hopefully I'll get around to those at some point when I have time. But there you go. Hope to see you guys next time. Take care, everybody. Later. So what'd you guys think of that video? I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys haven't already, please subscribe, hit that bell for a notification, leave a like if you enjoyed the video. And if you didn't enjoy the video, thank you for watching it this far, and I hope the next video is more to your liking. Feel free to check out the playlist that you guys see, and I hope to see you guys next time. Later.